The engines on the Skarloey Railway were very busy. Passengers were bustling up and down the line to take pictures of the little railway in the snow. The slate mine in the hills had closed for the winter season, so the railway had to rely on passengers to get them through the cold times. Only a few engines needed to be steamed at a time, so Skarloey and Rheneas were mostly sent out to deal with the passengers, while Rusty worked the maintenance trains. Sometimes, Sir Handel and Duncan would pull the passengers, and would complain endlessly. "Why must I go out in the cold?" Sir Handel complained bitterly. "Skarloey and Rheneas enjoy it much more than I do." "Because, Sir Handel," Rusty explained, "Skarloey and Rheneas deserve rest too. Plus, it doesn't hurt to get your wheels spinning." "But it does ruin my paintwork," exclaimed Duncan. "It's only snow. A splash of water and it comes right off." "But what about my brass? Where's Nancy to polish us?" "She's practicing with her choir," said Rusty calmly. "She has other responsibilities than polishing your brass." "My brass is filthy. I get no rest and I get no polish." And with that, Duncan stormed away to collect his train. Later, Sir Handel and Duncan were trundling up and down the line, pulling passengers to the snow-covered countryside. Many passengers took pictures, and every so often, Sir Handel saw people on the line side taking pictures of them passing. What a daft idea! Imagine sitting out in the cold for who knows how long just to take a picture. "People like taking pictures of you," soothed his driver. "But how do they expect to keep warm? You have my fire, and the coaches have a bit of warmth, but they're standing all out in the cold." "Perhaps we'll never know." And Sir Handel continued on with his journey. It was getting dark, and Sir Handel had just set off back home with his last train for the day. Duncan was already on his way out, and they would pass each other at the loop. It grew colder and colder. "Bother this wretched weather," Sir Handel complained. But then there was trouble. An ice patch had formed over the rails and made a ramp. Because of the darkness, neither Sir Handel nor his driver saw this. Sir Handel rode up the ice and fell off the rails. No one was hurt, but Sir Handel was stuck. "Bother!" he yelled. The passengers got out and tried to help lever Sir Handel back onto the rails, but it was no good. "Never mind," said his driver. "We'll wait for Duncan to come along. In the meantime, we best find a way to keep everyone warm." The fireman took some fresh coal from the bunkers and made a small pile on the ground. He then took some burning coals from the firebox to make a new fire next to the engine. The passengers crowded around Sir Handel and the fire to keep warm, while the firemen kept both fires going. Meanwhile, at the next station, Duncan was growing impatient. "Where's Sir Handel? He's making me wait out in the cold," he complained. "He should have been here a long time ago." "Maybe something's happened. We should slowly go up the line to check," suggested his driver. And so they did. Duncan slowly started up the line, blowing his whistle every now and again to make sure Sir Handel heard him coming. Back at the accident, Sir Handel was becoming concerned until he heard a wonderful noise. It was Duncan's whistle. Sir Handel responded with his own. Duncan went a bit faster, and as Duncan rounded a corner, he saw a light that he could only assume was Sir Handel. "Goodness gracious me," cried Duncan. "You're in quite a mess." "I've been better for sure," he harumphed. Duncan ran back to the nearest station to alert them of the accident. Rusty arrived to take the passengers back to the junction, while Duncan stayed behind to take Sir Handel home. On the way home, Duncan began to chuckle. What's so funny? Sir Handel asked. It was clever using your fire to keep the passengers warm, Duncan chuckled. But he looked like a Sir Candle. For everything he'd been through, Sir Handel couldn't help but laugh.
Hey. Okay, so no, you can't go any slower without slowing.
Alright, ready?
No, it's not.
No.
You're uncoupled.
Smoke. Good enough. Why'd you stop there? You pull back.